Hey there, welcome to the Lumiere channel. Welcome to your love guidance reading. Pick a crystal. This is a clear quartz. I know this one. The others, no idea. Crystal 1. Crystal 2. It's like a rainbow crystal. Nobody's told me what this is yet. Let me know. D got me. This is crystal 3. Or a geode? Don't know. Looks like, I don't know, marble cow. I don't know. This is crystal 3. Don't know who this is either, but she cute. Or he. Giving me he energy. Okay, well, 1, 2, 3, 4. Pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, pile 4. If none of these crystals currently align with you, go away, come back another time. Sometimes that happens. You're not in the place where you need to be for the reading to fully be what it is for you. And that's fine. We're going to be looking at your love guidance, what your guidance in love should be for your highest good and the highest good of all. So I'll see you in your reading. Bye. Hey, Pile 4. Hey, Pile 4. This was the crystal that you picked, and this is your love guidance reading. For some reason, I'm being called to pull, like, what's coming, which is weird. I don't really do my love guidances like that. Amazing. So we have the Knight of Swords in reverse, the Ten of Cups, the Ten of Wands in reverse, and Justice in reverse. So this is quite possibly, and the Six of Coins at the bottom of the deck. So this is quite possibly a scenario that involves an air sign, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, or those seasons. If something particularly happened in those seasons that could be important to you, or particularly a Libra. We also have water and fire. Ten of Cups, Ten of Wands. With the Justice in reverse, I don't know if a wrong is being righted or if there's some type of like payback or karma or something. When I see this kind of looks like, for some of you, someone might be coming back around, or a certain experience might be coming back around. It's something that kind of brings you joy. So I don't know what this could be. Some of you might be going on vacation. Some of you might be sort of like getting payback on a coworker. Some of you, like, there's something here about like sweet vindication. It's like, oh man, I dodged a bullet, or like, oh man, like I'm so lucky, or oh hell yeah, like this is exactly what I thought, and like I'm finally getting it. Like there's just something about that. There's something about like sweet vindication, sweet justice. Like you're getting, I don't know, it's almost like that, like, I don't know, it sounds really bad, but it's almost like when, let's say someone hurt you or someone left you for someone else, right, romantically, and it hurt you, and you find out that it didn't work out in like a really bad way. Like the choice they made to be with that other person really set their life back. And unfortunately, like you either didn't get affected by that, or like you dodged a bullet, or I'm stirring my tea because my throat is like out here wilding, but I don't want to lose the flow of like talking to you, so just bear with me. It's either your message gets lost and I stir my tea in silence, or I speak my message, the message that's like streaming through right now. It's like something that you've been holding on to, you release, like you finally release it, and it feels really good. You get like a sweet vindication. It's almost like a karmic justice happening here. But the thing is it's kind of foul. Like it's kind of foul. It's not nice. This is making me really uncomfortable to speak on, because it's not nice, but like it makes you happy. It makes you feel like, yeah, like I'm glad that's not me. So I don't know if for some of you, perhaps it's a former lover who's coming to say something to you, and there's something about that feels really good because now you get to say no. We have the Ace of Cups here and we have Triple Deck. Clarify the Knight of Swords for me. The Devil. This is Capricorn energy. For some of you, it is sweet vindication in that, like, your former person, someone that you wanted once upon a time, does come back around to you. And you're really happy about that because that is sweet retribution. Like, yeah, of course you didn't find success when you left. Of course you didn't, because I'm your success. Hello. And for some of you, that's great and it feels fantastic because you have that person back. And for others of you, that's great and you feel fantastic because, hello. Yeah. Now you get to suffer. Like, something about that. The Six of Swords. This is, I mean, it's moving forward too. So for others of you, you're in a situation where, again, that sweet vindication, sweet justice, you're like getting payback. For some of you, you're getting payback on somebody. And I'm not sure if that's you doing it or it's just karma doing that and you finding out about it. This Six of Swords also gives me, again, that sort of vibe of like, I'm so happy I've moved on. I'm so happy I wasn't with this person when that thing went down. I'm so happy they left me and we're not together and that shit was going on. Like, phew, I dodged a bullet. I'm so happy about that. Queen of Swords in reverse, yeah, and Judgment in reverse. Something happens here that you miss. You dodge a bullet, pile number 4. You dodge a bullet. And there's something here that like you wind up on top. We have the Judgment here. I don't know what sign that is. We have the Queen of Swords, some more air here. I think you dodge a bullet. Like you save yourself from a greater heartbreak than it would have been. Or you have saved yourself or you found out about that. Tell me more about this Six of Swords, Ten of Cups. The Strength. Yeah, bro. Like you're coming out on top. You're coming out on top. Tell me more about this Knight of Swords, Devil. Knight of Cups. This feels like an offer or someone else. Clarify that. Thank you. The Seven of Wands. Someone stops fighting. I can't feel this Knight of Cups. This Knight of Cups is giving me perhaps someone else or someone humbled. You feel me? And so they're coming up as someone else. Like when you go through certain situations in your life, like of course you're going to come up humbled. Like, okay, when the world humbles you, baby, you get mighty humbled. Let's get into what this actually is here. I don't even know what that reading was. What was that? What? I don't know what that was. I don't know if every pile is going to get that. So keep that between you and me. What's the love guidance for pile number 4? What's their guidance in love? For them to have the highest good in love and the highest good of all, what is their guidance? Come to the edge in reverse. So you're reluctant to take a leap of faith. It's card number 36. There's something here to do with commitment. And imagine, you're not only reluctant, you're catastrophizing. You're thinking the worst will happen, perhaps because of all that you've sort of been through or because of how low you think of yourself and your capabilities in love. I mean, those are shots fired statements, to be honest with you. So it could be for a myriad of reasons, but either way, it's about fear. And this message is about fear leading the way and taking you into places that you just don't need to go. Right? Like you just don't need to go. And for some of you, this doesn't have to do with love at all. There's some decision that you're making in your career, your body, your health, your other aspects of your life that I can't think of right now, that are affecting your love life. Like you've dodged a bullet in some way. You're dodging a bullet in some way. You're going after what makes you happy. Like you've freed yourself from something. You're happy that you took a chance or you are taking a chance. Something like that. Yeah, and like you're coming up on top. But with this being your guidance, it means that you got to look out for the fear and those catastrophizing emotions that you're going through. This is you using your creative ability, your creation ability, creating the world that we live in, the world that you live in, your perspective, and painting it in the color of like fear. And so that's the lens with which you see opportunities in the world. And that's valid, right? Like that's very valid. That's such a valid experience because of course the fear comes from something, and that's a part of you trying to protect you from the potential fears of a certain situation, potential situations in a certain situation, right? This is called being human. Like it's just being human. However, when you're watching videos like this, you are a special kind of person. You are, because you're a person who, at the very least, there are people who've stepped into this way more. There's still a lot of people that do, I mean, we all do this, give our power away to the oracles, to the cards, and not, and like there's really a fine line between, there's a fine line. That's actually a very different topic. But what I'm trying to say here is there's a certain kind of person in the spiritual world that knows that they create their reality. And there's a certain understanding of that that's a peaceful understanding in that world. I digress. What are we talking about? With Imagine in the protection at the bottom of the deck, it tells me that some parts of you that are operating in this particular field of your life, your love, are running the show in terms of fear. You're using your mind. Use your mind better. Use your mind better as opposed to conjuring up ideas of what could go wrong. Try to conjure up ideas and lean in the space of what could go right. This could be a call for you to also like move your body and find goodness in other aspects of your life so you can then transfer them to your love life. The protection message of Come to the Edge talks about this being a time for courage, and that you won't get lost at sea. Not everybody will get what you want, and you won't be left alone and unloved. There's false evidence that is appearing real in your world. Fear, right? And the more you give it time and credence, and this is, you can feel fear. You're absolutely allowed to feel fear, but there's a difference between observing your fear, being curious about it, and therefore attending to it, acknowledging it, and accepting it as a real thing, and attending to it as a caretaker of it, versus being in the fear, wearing the fear, and operating from that fear, right? You are one with the fear. You're not an observer who's observing it, learning from it, acknowledging it, giving it an audience, feeling it. No, you're in it. And in this energy, you're in it. So the more you dwell on it, the more real it will become, because you are in that space of living in that fear. If you take a step back and try to maybe interview that fear and figure out what's going on there for you, that's going to be helpful. And so it goes on to say, ask yourself, who in me is afraid? Love that part of you. Ask, is this true and real right now? The answer most likely is no. Give yourself a hug. It's okay to feel scared. Courage must be summoned. In spite of your fear, even when you're not feeling confident, spirit will always catch you. So there are some moves that you may have to make, or that you're being encouraged to make in love, that are scary, and will call upon your inner courage, and pray about it if you're a praying person. What else? Clean it up. Yeah, I think there's some stuff that's coming up for you in terms of what has happened in your past, and do your best to, and what you think will happen, perspective. So do your best to clean that up inside you. Now, clean it up, seeing as it's in the upright position. If you are currently dealing with somebody, this could be a guidance for you to speak up about something. I don't know, but time to clear the air. Take a look at your side of the street and say what's on your mind. Sweep away the old stuff so that a spring breeze can flow through with new energy. It's the perfect time to do an inventory of your dynamics and see what's yours and what's not yours. To clean up the relationship, everyone brings some baggage. Sort through what you brought with you and let go of what is no longer needed. Become unencumbered and your relationship will flourish. So for those of you who are taking someone back, this is about you looking at the situation brand new, but more in like a full reversed of like you're taking your garbage with you. It's looking at it's if you are going to accept this person back into your world and they accept you back into your world, you guys need to sort out in a way what happened before, or start off as friends, or start off in a way that supports a clean slate, right? Like really trying to have a clean slate and maybe not bringing up stuff from the past as a weapon, but more so as like a flag post for what you two can start looking at in order to heal moving forward. If this is a new person, this is for you to figure out what your role has been in previous relationships, what you've done that maybe you didn't like to do, that you didn't want to do, or that you let someone else lead the way and you didn't speak up for yourself, maybe because you didn't know what you wanted, or you were just abdicating to them because you wanted them to like you, or whatever the case may be. I'm seeing this scene from this raunchy show called Vida, and this girl got breast implants, I guess, in the show, and she says it was one of her, I'm at the episode where it's like what it was her ex that like encouraged her to do it, and she's like, he didn't force me, but I did it. It just kind of like happened, like, but I didn't say no. So sometimes there's a lot of covert things that we blame other people for, but we didn't speak up either. Like we have to face ourselves and go, well, I didn't stand up for myself either. I can blame this person, I can blame that person, but I also need to look at what parts I played so that I can make sure that I don't play that role anymore moving forward. I don't know what that is for you. This could just be, I mean, that was a relationship message since this is love, but it really can be like, you know, what's overwhelming you, chip away at it bit by bit. For some of you, this could be cleaning your space, cleaning your hair. I don't know why I said that. I know my hair needs to be, I don't understand why my hair is like doing what it's doing, honestly. Like, I don't get it. I'm just really self-conscious about it right now. But anyway, like, clean up your thoughts, clean up your space, clean up that imagine of if you are catastrophizing, if you are stepping into fear, making decisions out of fear, clean that up a little bit. Try to make decisions that are coming from a place of joy, and not joy, but like the desired outcome that you want, and not the undesired outcome of what you don't want. There's a very sharp nuance there between acting in and moving and taking steps going towards what you want versus acting and moving in steps that go towards what you don't want. And by that, I mean, oh, I don't want to look too desperate, so I'm not going to message this person back right now. Okay, what do you want? Well, I want a connection with somebody who connects with me on the same level. So fucking message them. Like that's what you want. If you want to be with somebody who you feel safe enough to do certain, like, you know, it could very well be the same actions, by the way. It could be the same actions, but like, what is your intention behind it? Are you doing it because it's what'll lead you to what you want? Or are you doing that because it's what'll lead you to what you don't want? And there's a fine line. Obviously, for some people, it's gonna vary for everybody. I just think definitely take the discernment within yourself to see how you move, if that's even relevant to you. Are you making a life that is made off of decisions that you don't want? It's one thing to, for instance, there's somebody who runs a business, and he said to me once, I don't want to die poor. And so the decisions that he makes in his business, the decisions that maybe he makes in his life, the decisions that he makes are based off of the desire. And obviously this is just, you know, a one sentence thing. People say off things also all the time, but based off of the thing that I don't want to be poor. That can lead you to make shady decisions. That can lead you to make decisions that may not be long lasting. Therefore, for the now, he's a very smart business person, but with that as the root, you know, let's say the decisions that you make when you want to have leave a legacy or you want to live well. Honestly, they could be the same freaking choices. Like, they really could be the same freaking choices. So I'm gonna say user discernment. But it's just just really look at that and look at where your thoughts are. Your thoughts will tell you how you make those choices. But definitely clean whatever needs to be cleaned up in you. Tidy that up a bit by bit, baby steps, bite steps, and that should be helpful in like clearing up your love energy as well. Everything is connected. Everything is connected. All right. I wish you everything. Keep your light on. Good luck, and I'll see you next time. If you'd like a private reading, the link is in the description box below to go to my website, or you can just email me with a reading request. There's a ton of readings on there that are sample readings for you to see what can serve you, or just email me. I'm here for that. So keep your light on. Good luck, and I'll see you next time. Hey, Pal 3. Hey, Pal 3. What's the guidance for you, Pal 3? What's the love guidance for you? What's the love guidance for Pal 3 Spirit? Milk and honey. Tastes like strawberries on the summer evening. Change in the wind. Oh, wow. Something unexpected this way comes. Okay, I feel like there's something unexpected that's coming your way. It's not where you expected to go. It's not what you thought, but it's nice. And your love guidance, I think. We didn't come for I think, Luce. Oh, that's so funny. I think your love guidance is to lean into it. Or at least be open to it. Okay? There's something that isn't what I think is your norm, that isn't like what you would like. And if anything, oh, that's right. It's overindulgent. What? That's right. You're confusing me. What's happening? I need to drink something. Hold on. Milk and honey is about overindulgence. As an escape. Pleasure seeking as an escape. Trying to feed the emotional body with stuff that ain't it. And then we have loyal heart. What? These two just don't relate, but like, ugh. And then we have a change in the wind at the bottom of the deck, which is like something is changing, I think. I've never really understood that message. I shouldn't be saying that. Actually, I should. I just don't like it. And it's number 12, so I'd like to know what the 12s are, because I feel like those are significant to me. It's a zebra carrying a person who's holding themselves in a gazebo going north and south, and there's a wind, and this person is looking behind, and the zebra is not going anywhere. And it's almost like this person wants to go back to something, but I feel like they make an entirely new decision that isn't even on the path that they were on, nor the path that they left behind. It's like, just like, instead of going north or south or east or west, they're like, let's go up. Like, let's go up. Something just different. At the top of the deck, we have another balloon motif here, and there's something about tiki tiki tock tock. Time. So weird. Okay, well, let's get into this good. Loyal heart is, that's weird. If you have to choose between two people, oh, what? It's weird to say go towards the one that's like overindulgent, because excuse me? Go towards the one that makes you feel love drunk. I don't know about that. Weird. I gotta look at the book for this. This talks about practicing extreme self-care. Oh, okay, that relates. What? Yeah. Okay, thanks. What? I don't know. I feel like somebody in this pile is like meeting somebody new, or they're doing something new, and that new thing is weird. It's almost like your type has changed. The type of person that you are getting in relationship with, or the type of person that you're encouraged to get in a relationship with, whatever. What? Oh my God. Anyway, what I'm seeing here with this message is, as a form in your love world, there's so many messages here. It's actually driving me crazy. As a form of practicing extreme self-care in your love world, because you may have been prone to pleasure seeking. Pleasure seeking being, you're going to be with the person that makes you feel good. And some of that feel good can be laced and dosed with chaos, angst, anxiety, stress, because those read as excitement. It's like when you're baking and they always say like add salt to what you're baking, because you know what salt does? Salt enhances the flavor of sugar. Boy, does it ever enhance the flavor of sugar. Your love juice is spiked with like the craziness that you say you don't want, but you really respond well to. And does it feel good to have a little bit of that chaos in there? Lose this ain't me. That's okay. Just chill. Let's just sit, just listen. There's something about that may not be as funky, as spicy as I'm saying it, but there's something there here about overindulging in something. So maybe you lean too hard towards someone when it's not necessary in that dynamic. Doing something in an extreme, I don't want to say too much because that's so triggering, but doing certain things too much, going a little bit overboard as a way to produce the outcome that you want. This looks like trying to convince someone to have the relationship that you think they want with you. Have the relationship that you think they would want with you. Baby, if they don't want it, they don't want it. That's it. No matter how good you think you are for them, no matter how lovely you think your dynamic is, if that person does not want it, doesn't feel it, like that's it. That's all it needs. If that feeling isn't there, that feeling is not there. So with this milk and honey in reverse, there's just a lot of a certain kind of behavior, and it could be as intense as I'm describing it, or just a little bit watered down. But there's something there, and Spirit is saying, look, your guidance in love is, for some of you, you're meeting somebody new, right? You're meeting somebody that's off the beaten path, okay? If you're a Kim K type, you're meeting a dude with glasses, like you're meeting Dexter. Excuse me? No. Urkel. That's who I mean to say. Like, this is Kim K dating Urkel. Kim K is used to, and when I say Kim K, I mean like the Kardashian crew. Like, you're used to that chaos. You're used to the heartbreak. You're used to, wow, I really want pancakes. You're used to the ups and downs, the oh my God, they said this, like the drama, the chaos, the excitement, the stress, the anxiety. You're used to operating at that level. But when you're dating an Urkel, you know, who's a male Kim K? I'm not gonna say Kanye because he is the chaos. He brings the heat because he is the heat. I don't know who a male version of this is for the homies, but I'd like to trust that if you're a homie watching this, you can do the energies for yourself. I really can't think of a homie that maybe like not 50 Cent. I think he's made good choices in love. I love him. I don't know. Who's unlucky? Kim K's ex. What's his face from SNL? Forgot his name. It'd be helpful to have his name. I forgot, but you know, he keeps going after these top tier, like baller women, and that's fine. but it's like maybe he needs to date like Melissa with the glasses in the library. Like just there's just something about dating someone who's not your type, or maybe he needs to date like um Alex, who runs a farm and she chops her own wood and fixes stuff around the house. Like Alex, like she's a strong, just has a masculine vibe to her. Of course, she's a feminine and whatever, but like just a different vibe. It's just a different vibe, baby. It doesn't have to be that drastic. I'm just trying to draw major parallels here, but it seems like you might be attracting someone new, someone different, but they have, and you're encouraged to lean into that, period. Like you're encouraged to lean into this new change. You're encouraged to use that. I mean, look, this is a person, but use that as your self-care. You need to rein yourself in and your desires for chaos and anxiety and those like the salts, you know, the little salts that we sprinkle to our love juice that we high key, low key are attached to and love. And it's not like it's not, this isn't a blaming energy. This isn't for you to start telling your friends, you're attached to chaos. Like that's bullshit. No, it's just, it's laced with it. You're so used to it that it's become your normal of what love should feel like. But this different kind of energy is what feels right. And for some of you, it's the opposite shit. But some of you, you have been dating Urkel and you're like, I need a Kim K. Like you meet a Kim K and you're like, this is chaotic, but I think I kind of like it. Okay. That's what I'm seeing here. With Loyal Heart too, it's practicing extreme self-care with being loyal to like what you need in love. You putting yourself and your needs first. Obviously still acknowledging other people and what their needs are, listening to those, but also finding a way to present your needs and see where they fit. Being loyal to that. And this is also being good to your friends. Extreme self-care by showing and spending time with the people that genuinely do care about you and you, I don't know, caring about them as well. Right? These are people who have come through and through and like building those relationships, and that's going to help in your love dynamic because, well, you know, they might know somebody who knows somebody, or in you being good to them and that relationship being strengthened, or they might say something to you that is a genuine like, hey, this is something I've noticed about you, and perhaps that's something that you couldn't see about yourself, that now you can use that cue to start practicing being better at it, or whatever that is for you. There's a lot of relationship qualities that your friend dynamics have at this point for you to look at that your romantic dynamics have or don't have. There's something there. There's a tether between those two that is going to be helpful. If you spend, I mean, a lot of us do this when we meet someone new. We just want to talk about them all the time, and that's fine. I think there could be something here about paying as much attention to your lovers, to your friends, as you do your lovers. And having that balance within yourself by practicing it with the other people that in your life that do show up, as opposed to the temporary people, the temporary person that shows in and comes out. And like really just, I don't know, I think looking at yourself in that way, but also it's just, these are just like extra ideas that you might want to think of. And for some of you, maybe you have been doing that already. Maybe you have been practicing extreme self-care by prioritizing your friendships, your relationships in a way that is caring to you and to them, in a way that is loyal to you and to them. There could be a genuine person that you're meeting in love who is a genuine person. And I feel like, I don't know if you're being encouraged to lean in or not. Let's get an actual answer for that. Yeah, I guess you are. Well, I don't know. I know it's blessed. But blessed is just like, hey, you're lucky to like have this kind of person. But does that necessarily mean lean in? You know? Or these kinds of people. We have breathe in reverse and the like. I think honestly for some of you, This person is going to be someone that shows you that there are good people out there, whatever, if you do come in with someone new. For others of you, you're advised to lean in that you can open up to this person in this new way of being and explore it. See how you go. With breathe and clean it up in reverse. Clean it up is about not cleaning up other people's messes. But it feels like this person may not have a mess for you to clean up. And perhaps that is part of that chaos that draws you to someone. If I'm not helping you through something, what is my role in this dynamic? And this is an opportunity for you to figure that out. If we're not having any drama or chaos in this dynamic, what is my point in being here? And that's for you to figure out like what a peaceful dynamic actually looks like now that you're sort of faced with someone who does bring that about. With breathe in reverse, this is about you getting out of your body, getting out of your mind, getting out of inertia, laziness, or just lounging around. This is about you to start moving and doing more and being more active in your world. And so for some of you, that could be something that's really useful. So I wish you everything. Keep your light on and good luck. If you'd like a personal reading, please feel free to come through. The link is in the description box, or you can just email me anyway with the kind of reading that you want or your scenario, and we can figure out a reading that's best for you. Okay? I wish you everything, my friend. Keep your light on and good luck. Bye-bye. Hey, Pal 2. Hey, Pal 2. Pal 2. What is your love guidance? Wow. Pal 2, I feel so sleepy all of a sudden. I don't know. I mean, I think I slept enough. I think I slept at like 2 something. And then I woke up at 9 something. So what is that, 5 hours at the most? Yeah, I'm tired. Wow, I feel tired. Maybe that's you. Maybe you feel tired. We have message in a bottle. You might be receiving a message sometime soon. Could be this message, could be a different message, phone call, mail, text message. Could be a symbol. Like a serendipitous sign is what I mean. Listen, number 2, if you're tired, because I really just got hit with a wave of tired. If you're like tired in love, Yang in reverse talks about like impulsiveness. I think sometimes we're so freaking tired, we might make decisions that we think we're making to like catch up on lost time. But we don't need to catch up on lost time. Like we might make that impulsive decision so that we can start catching up and get to where we needed to be by now because we're so tired. But it's like that's not the right thing to do. So don't do that. Don't do that. Chop wood. Okay, chop wood and really ask yourself, like, why? I know why. Wow, I am genuinely so like, I wish this was the last pile I was doing, but it's not. This is you really wondering why you may want to do certain things. Like, don't. Or do. But be curious about it. Be curious about like, why? Why do I feel like I need to do this thing? Why do I feel like I don't need to do this thing? Why do I feel like I need to do this thing in this way? Why do I feel like I need to message this person immediately? Why do I feel like I need to hold back from messaging this person? Why do I feel like I need to test this person to see? Why do I feel like I need to get an apology from this person? Why do I feel like I need to know if this person suffered? Why do I need to cook for this person? Why do I need to make a gift for this person? There was a night, there was a guy I had a crush on. I think he hated me. He definitely did not like me. He would absolutely avoid me. I don't know why. Could have been a racial thing, to be honest, because it made no sense. I had done nothing to this dude, and I literally did not have enough interactions for him to like, girl, I have no idea what his freaking problem was. I call everybody girl. So I had like a crush on him. What? And so I wanted to make like I saw something about making dream catchers and it looked easy and I had yarn, which I cannot find. I need to find my yarn, you guys. This is all going somewhere and it's energizing me so I can actually get into your reading. And I stayed up. I slept very little time that night. It was in high school. I stayed up and made him a special dream catcher. And then I made like 5 more because I didn't want it to be obvious that I had made him a dream catcher. So I made some for like other people too. Girl, would you know, when I went to give him the dream catcher, I think he said, "Oh, no thank you." Oh my God. Like, I stayed up all night. A girl did not get much sleep, making this boy this thing. And I didn't understand why he didn't like me. I didn't make it so he could like me. I made it because I wanted to give him something. And just like, I don't know, I just wanted him to have it. I haven't, my Young Loose, it was so, I think Young Loose was just it. Like, Young Loose figured it out. And it's just been socialization that has like changed me. And I really want to go back to Young Loose. But like, she just wanted to do it and she did it. And she also made like backups just in case. And this boy was like, no. Oh my God. Why? Why do you want to do the things you're doing? And that doesn't make them wrong. You see that story? I'm not mad at myself for that. It tells me the lengths I will go when I'm into somebody. And it's a cute memory. I've done other things. I've shipped a care package to a whole other country, costing me so much money. And in the end, it turned out this dude had a whole girl. Anyway, I'm not yelling at you. Like, never, I mean, I am sometimes. Like, sometimes I will get a little bit hype at your expense, right? But, like, when I say certain things, like, I'm not coming at you sideways. I'm coming at you from the experience of, like, I have been in that energy before. So, when I see why here, why is just about investigating why. How come I'm doing this? And am I okay with this? How do I feel about this? I'm okay with shipping a package to somebody. I'm okay with showing my affection. I think for the right person, that's going to be amazing. And I'm not going to let the wrong people stop me from doing something that I personally find valuable and super fucking cute about who I am and like what I like to give to my partner. Absolutely not. So you just gotta recognize within yourself. It's not about right or wrong. I say this a lot. It's not about right or wrong. It's about just being curious about what it is for you that works and maybe wondering like why. And if there's, why does this work? Being curious about it. And if it is something that you deem as, you know what, this has gotten me in trouble and I don't want to do it anymore, then fine, fuck it. But if it's something that you're like, you know what, I love this. For instance, another example of loose is I'm a very understanding person. And that has gotten me into so much trouble in friendships and in romantic relationships, as you can imagine. I had to sit with myself and go, this isn't working anymore. This isn't working anymore. You need to do something. And I asked myself, I said, okay, what is not working? This whole understanding thing. Like it's giving people too much leeway and people will take advantage. And so I said, okay, what are my options? And I said to myself, this is a personal conversation. So it's I said, just follow, keep track. And I said, okay, are we going to stop? I said, like, you know, this is giving me a lot of trouble being so understanding because people start expecting certain things from you and they don't want to care for the fact that you are understanding. They become entitled to that understanding. I digress. What should I do? Stop being understanding? And I said, actually, no. I don't want to stop being understanding. I don't want to change that about myself. And now then that felt true. And even as I say that, like that feels true to me. I don't want to stop being understanding. I don't want an incredibly valuable and rare trait to be taken away by motherfuckers. Or human beings being human and thinking about themselves and not thinking about me. So what did I have to go, okay, well, what can we do to mitigate who gets access to your deep level of understanding? And that's what we had to do, right? So it's not about right or wrong when it comes to asking yourself why, how come, oh, okay, what about this, what about that? It's not about right or wrong. It's about what's most in alignment with you. For me, what's in alignment with me is being the understanding person that I am, but at the same time, maybe watching who I give that to. Watching what circumstances qualify somebody for having access to my understanding, having checks and balances over, is this an appropriate time for that? But also, one of the biggest things that I added to like helping me navigate this strength, because any strength overused is a weakness, right? Understanding fully that, I had to go, okay, what really is the problem with my understanding? I don't feel seen. I feel taken advantage of. I feel like I'm not cared for. I'm not understood, or I'm not cared for really. And that was the thing that kept on coming back. I'm not cared for. That's the problem that I keep running into. So what I need to do is insert myself in the situations. So that's something that I started to do, where I can be understanding to people, but I also have to be understanding to myself and put myself in there. What does this have to do with you and your love life? Chop wood is very much about, hey, there's some things that you need to do in your home. There's some things that you need to look at within yourself. And once you do that and use inquiry in doing that, you can then take aligned action in the steps that you take thereafter. And that's going to affect your love life, right? So if you look at how you are in love, that house of love that you live in, what does it need? How are you providing that? How are you allowing and teaching others to provide that for you? How is that what you need? It kind of works in a backwards kind of way. How is that what you need? Like just being curious about that general stuff about yourself. And with impulsiveness here, this yang, it's almost like it's not temporary. It's long-lasting action. Because you can say, I'm not going to be understanding anymore. And you start side-eyeing and squinting at people and expecting the worst from them and and that is an impulsive action, right? That's a temporary decision made like right there. And you haven't really solved the problem of not feeling cared for. It's a temporary solution. You still aren't feeling cared for because now you're giving people, a certain side that is just unwelcoming. Nobody wants to be with someone like that. Like you're acting, no, I don't want that. So then it's coming still from the same place of not being cared for. Like you're continuing to create a situation that begets not feeling cared for at the end of the day anyway. So once we get to that root, and we find out that root by chopping wood to feed the fire. And once we feed the fire, we know how much wood to put in that fire, and we're not acting impulsively. Chop wood here also gives me a vision of someone whose house is a mess and they have company over. And rather than cleaning their house every so often, rather than, and this is actually, that's a good example. So the thing I was going to say is they clean their house impulsively. They put stuff under the bed. They hide things and control what people are going to see. And that's the impulsive stuff, right? That's not long-term. What is long-term isn't even cleaning every week or every day. What is long-term is like maybe coming up with some type of schedule, but that also isn't really long-term. Long-term is, why is this messy in the first place? What is happening inside me to beget this kind of situation? So you look at yourself, right? Why? You start investigating yourself. When I come home, what do? I put my shoes over there because I'm so tired. I put my clothes over here because I just don't care. There's a chair. Like, then you find these things and you go, okay, I'm so tired. Is there something I can do to not feel so tired at the end of the day? Is there something I can do to have the energy in order to, right, you upgrade what you're doing. So then it's not about, oh, I gotta scramble to clean up to have people over. No, now it's about managing like your actual self, the root of whatever is happening, and going forth from there. I don't know if this helped anybody, but I want to look at this chop wood. I probably should look at, why, but let's see. I guess we'll look at the relationship messages. I like reading these. It's been a hot minute. Nothing is as important right now as just doing what you need to do day to day. Let your heart remember that not everything has to be hard-won, passionate, or even obviously meaningful. Relationships and friendships go through lulls when the everyday tasks are at the center of awareness. That is perfect now. Hold hands, wash dishes, make a fire, read a book, share a meal, say nothing, stare into space, pick up socks, tell a dumb joke. Leave space to breathe. The work of your relationship right now is very simple. Just to be present. Right now. Funny how it takes work to just be. I love that we read that because rants aside, that's a great thing to look at, right? Like, you don't always have to be conjuring up the most exciting date, or you don't always have to be looking up best sex positions to please your partner. That's all yang stuff, like in reverse. You don't have to. You can just enjoy the quiet time, and the quiet time doesn't mean that anything bad is happening, that the passion is out. It's just a different kind of phase of the dynamic. So for those of you who are in a dynamic with somebody and things are at a lull, that could be what it means for you. Or if you're single and things are at a lull, that could be what it is for you. It doesn't mean you have to go, flash somebody your chest or your stuff in order to get, I don't know why this reading is so extreme. But with why here, I think it's it's interesting to examine, like, oh, why do I want to do something crazy? Why do I think something's broken if we're not? If I have to chop wood, right? Like, why does something feel so broken if things are just day to day? Why is it broken that I haven't gotten like a midday text? Why is that broken? Why does that make me feel that something is bad here? Why? And it doesn't mean that, you have to say it's wrong for you to feel that way. It's just to be curious about what comes up in me when I haven't heard back from this person in 6 hours. Like, what does that bring up in me? I don't know. It's very personal, this one. Why says we don't always know why we engage in our relationships the way we do, mostly because our feelings aren't always logical. Now's the time to recognize whether you're being triggered by someone else or if your behavior is motivated by unresolved issues in the past. Right, that whole texting thing and like whatever else. When you ask yourself, why am I feeling like this? Why did I say that? Spend some time in introspection. The answers may be surprising. Listen to the messages from your intuition, from the knowing deep within you. What does it tell you about yourself and others? In the end, life is all about being loved, miracles, and a deep understanding of your needs now, and how to get them met are buried treasures of the why. Uncover them by posing the most powerful question you can ask yourself and your partner today. Why? So that whole segment in the beginning of like, why are you doing what you do? Why? Do you want to do this and that? Why? And yang in reverse is really just about impulsive action and making sure that you're chasing after what you really want, because sometimes you're chasing after it because of just, why are you chasing after it? And why are you acting impulsively? Why does it have to be now? And again, those aren't judgy questions. It's for you to understand and get to the point of why. Why does it have to happen now? Well, because time's racing. Why? Because I just look at, sometimes like wanting to get into a commitment so fast, or just in an appropriate amount of time. It's just kind of like, well, why do I want that? And just get clear about that, because that may help you make better decisions on whether you want to wait for this person or meet someone else. And when you do meet that other person, you know what you're looking for, because you know that actually what I want is to be married in 7 months. So you might want to be with somebody who's more keen on being married than someone who's waffling. It helps you manage yourself and manage your time. And you get to spend time with people that are more in line with what you were wanting, because you took the time to be curious about what you were wanting. Keep your light on, my friend, and good luck. If you'd like a personal reading, please feel free to come through. I am available for those. Link is in the description box below, or you can just email me at looseguides. Excuse me? What is my email? Yeah, Blue Skies 8008. It's in the description box below as well for a personal reading. Bye. Hey, Pal 1. What's up, Pal 1? What's your guidance in love? Oh. Not a big Justin Timberlake fan, to be honest with you. We have to be fair at the bottom of the deck. Okay, so we have peace in reverse, co-create, building blocks, and imagine. Okay. Someone doesn't think they're ready to work on a relationship with someone. Because it's kind of confrontational. Building blocks and protection says now is the time to address the cracks in the foundations of your life. Perhaps your values have changed and it's time to strengthen your convictions and let go of the things that no longer serve the vision you have for your life. Or perhaps you choose to ignore the signs the situation or agreement that you have entered into is not right for you. Remove the rotten pieces and reinforce your core moral strength and integrity. Now is the time for rigorous honesty, for you are called to renovate and upgrade your consciousness. You'll be so happy when you do so. Spirit has a spectacular blueprint for your life, far beyond your imagination. Don't be afraid to replace what's not solid. And for some of you, it's tough because you're invited to, it's tough. Actually, it is really tough. You're invited to fix the cracks in the foundation of your dynamic with someone, with them. Ooh, scary. Because that means you guys have to work as a team. So for some of you, that's something that you needed to hear. And perhaps you don't think it's possible, and you don't think that it's possible. Like you don't think that it's something that can happen, or you think it's going to be too big of a headache. And those are real things. But with peace in the reverse, it doesn't ask, it just kind of brings up that now is a time for calmness and well-being in spite of temporary conditions. So there are some craziness things going on. Even if there are dissonant notes in the music of your life, all that means is you must go within, fine-tune the instrument you are. This too shall pass, and once again, life will be filled. So for those of you who are in a relationship that is a bit rocky right now, with your partner, you two are still creating this relationship, and it does take two to tango. So there's something for you to look into about this dynamic with them, and see how you can work together, or wait for a time for when they can also work with you. Instead of catastrophizing and using your mind to think negatively, try to use your mind to think in a way that's more constructive for this dynamic and work together with them. For those of you, if you're not in a relationship with anybody, spirit is always there. Even when you are in a relationship with somebody, spirit's there for you to look at and hold fast to help you move through this connection. Especially if you've been through it. Like if you've been through it, if you've been wounded, like this is where the light is entering you. And spirit is coming in to be your co-creation partner in creating the type of you and the type of relationship that will serve you the most. And so the best thing you can do right now is relax, surrender, and embrace peace and calm. And also embrace help, like spirit helping you. This could be a good time for you to meditate, to pray, to go to a temple or church. A good time for you to really lean on spirit. For some of you, it's leaning on your partner to handle certain things, and leaning on the shared dynamic and the good vibes that you two have had over time, and and trusting in those good vibes to lead you guys through this space. I don't know if the space is, I don't know what the space is, but trusting, giving some faith to them to help move this relationship along. There is something here about trusting someone else and having faith in their ability to show you what you need to see about this dynamic and show you what you need to see about yourself in them, but also maybe for you to see that they're trying in their own way. Co-create is a really, I don't know, it's a fun one. It's just very much about spirit. It says connections of the heart serve to inspire you, opening you up to new ideas you would never come to on your own. You're looking in a mirror held up by this experience and seeing yourself in an unexpected way, right? This connection or your love connection is showing you a certain part of you. Who is this extraordinary being looking back at you? You're going to be so happy that you kept your heart open. Your love is a unique work of art, now the very embodiment of beauty. So this could be a time to really just call a truce in some dynamics. Call a truce between you and another person and just see what happens. Just let the storm pass and see what happens while you take care of you and they take care of them. And if you two are together, you all taking care of this dynamic together. Any other extra guidance? Yeah, exactly. I thought this was very much reminiscent of the previous reading I just gave. And also time for a nap. Like, this is truly about, like, chilling. At the top of the deck, we have Orphaned, Serendipity in reverse, Time to Go, Happy, Happy, Joy, Joy, and Flexible in reverse. It's not Happy, Happy, Joy, Joy. It's called just Happy, Happy. But this feels like somebody who's freaking out, thinking that this dynamic isn't going to work. And that's that Imagine stuff in reverse, that catastrophizing the dynamic and your love life, catastrophizing like things will never work out, you'll never get what you want. And it's if you're thinking about a specific person, you can, okay, fine, but it's almost like, just, that's so funny. I shuffled this deck and Time for a Nap is still at the bottom of the deck. It's for you to calm down, you know, whether it's about being with this person or you finding a love that holds you. Spirit is here wanting to take your hand to create that. Spend more time, sorting out the cracks in your foundations. This could be doing some inner child work, looking at what you project onto your relationships, your romantic ones, your familial ones, your work relationships, your friendship relationships, looking at what you project and looking at, if this person was a mirror of me, what are they showing me? Chop wood is about staying home and doing what you got to do while waiting for, whatever it is that you got to do. This is about doing the simple things. So if you are having an argument with somebody, or there's like a rocky time with somebody, you don't have to be mean or vindictive or anything like that. You can be calm. You can just be like, okay, I put my hands up to play my song, The Butterflies Fly Away. Like, nodding my head like, yeah. Moving my hips like, yeah. Like, just, being cordial. It's a state of surrender, of being like, look, like, I don't know what to do about this. I don't know how we can move through this, but I'm here if this is with somebody. And if it's not with somebody, it's you with spirit and you with yourself, really, and saying, I'm here. I'm not going anywhere with myself. So I do want this kind of dynamic. And it's if that dynamic isn't in my life right now, that's just my reality right now, but that doesn't mean it's going to be forever. For now, I'm going to do what I can to prepare myself, to chop wood, carry water, and prepare my home, prepare myself for what I need to do. I'm just going to do the basics, right? You build a house one brick at a time. So if you need to rebuild yourself, start one section at a time. You know what I mean? Like if you want to do something like that. So I wish you everything, my friend. Keep your light on. Good luck. And if you'd like a personal reading, feel free to come through. for that. And I'll see you on the flippity flip. Bye bye.